Did Israel just eliminate Nasrallah? Well, it sure looks like it, because I don't think anyone can survive if he was in that building. And I do tend to trust the Israeli intelligence because they practically stated that that was the target of their attack. Now, understand, Bibi approved that attack before he flew to the US. He just didn't tell anyone, and even America did not know about it. And then when he was in the US, he got called out of a conference call, out of a journalist conference, by one of his advisors, and he ran straight to his cabin where he had the red tape, the red phone, and immediately started giving order. And Israel basically said that they launched the attack. They dropped about, I think, 3 rockets, bunker busters, I guess, and they completely annihilated, obliterated that area. In the center of Beirut, there was apparently a big wall of fire, and the whole city was shaken. So not only Israel is saying that if he was there, there's no way he survived, but also the American sources are saying the same. Now, here is what's happening right now. You have to understand, Hezbollah have received probably the biggest blow that has been received since the beginning of that organization. His entire command chain have been assassinated. Since the pager war, where 4,000 pagers just exploded in their faces. Sorry, I'm in my basement here, giving you this live, basically. So since the pager war, immediately after, the entire elite command of Hezbollah got eliminated with a number 2, and all these guys who were planning another October 7 against Israel. And then they eliminated another leader, another leader, another leader. So just to get your head for an organization, what kind of a blow is that? You need to understand, this is a death blow. Because now you took out their communication system. They're afraid to communicate. And now you start taking all the leaders out. And all the other leaders are probably in the hide. Like, Sinwar. So they're not effective in communicating. Now you took all the leaders and maybe even Nasrallah. The average Hezbollah soldier at this moment right now is either confused, terrified, or confused and terrified. Maybe some radical fanatics are extremely angry and want to go and attack. But you see, it's the same thing like in sport. Everybody likes to cheer to a winning team. Everybody likes to cheer to the Dallas Cowboys or to Bitar Yerushalayim, to Manchester United when they're winning. But then when that team is doing really bad, that's when you find out the hardcore fans. All the rest just kind of fade away, disappear. Same thing with these terrorist organizations, especially in the Middle East. And that's what people don't understand. And I keep saying that I'm going to put my money where I talk. The answer for war in the Middle East is power and respect. I'm going to check my phone, see if it's still recording. It is power and respect. And right now, Israel is speaking power and respect. And that terrifies all of these dictators around Israel, all of these radical Muslim Arab leaders, just like when America took down Saddam Hussein. That show of strength, power, respect, when the American soldier was dragging him out of this cave that he was hiding and put the flashlight in his mouth like he's looking at some kind of a cattle or a cow, that was such a humiliation to the Arab world that it literally scared the living out of all of these dictators. Bashar al-Assad, Gaddafi, and all these guys were like, oh my God. That was Saddam Hussein, who was puffing his chest. I'm like Saddam Hussein. Look what happened to him. This can happen to me if I don't calm down. And it literally actually helped calm down the Middle East for a while. Now, Nasrallah is some kind of a hero, a superhero in the eyes of the Shia. He's like the golden boy of Iran. He started probably believing that he's, invincible, that nothing can happen to him, even if everybody's dying around him. Well, here's a reminder for any of these radical Muslim terrorist dictators around the Middle East. Israel can reach any one of you. The only reason that you are alive while you're saying you want to kill Israel is because Israel allowed it. And that's what Nasrallah forgot. Israel could have taken Nasrallah many times in the past. And the reason they didn't do that because they were thinking, if we take him down, maybe the one after him is going to be more crazy. But Nasrallah kind of forgot that and forgot his place. And he started attacking Israel like no tomorrow. Since October 7. For the last 11 months, he's been waging a full-out war on Israel. And Israel gave him a few warnings, but he's not backing off, and now he's down. So if any of these radical dictators around think that they can hide better than Nasrallah, well, they better wake up and eat the hummus. Because, guys, he is way better than you in hiding. Nasrallah was very good in surviving. He is, I'm not going to take that credit for him. He was a mastermind, a master terror mind, a very good strategist. But he kind of forgot his place. And if any of them think that Israel will not get them, then they're into one surprise. And here's what I think that should happen right now. And that's what I said, I'm going to put my money where I'm talking. I'm not going to give any of you money if I'm wrong. I'm just saying that's what I think. Israel should continue with that direction. Any leader of Hezbollah who's going to put his head up, if he shows signs that he want to do October 7, or if he want to keep attacking Israel, take him down immediately. No negotiation. You don't negotiate with such terrorists, because negotiation with them leads to, for them to believe that you're weak. Best example is the only reason that Iran, that the Houthis, that Hezbollah, that Hamas are allowing themselves to flex muscle and attack America or Israel is because they sense weakness. Because if you think about it, it was the stupidest thing in the world for Hamas to attack Israel. Obviously, they have no way to defeat Israel, and Israel, looking at what's happening in Gaza right now, obviously it didn't work in their favor because Israel would literally go and obliterate them. And people kind of forgot also, because people started seeing Hamas fighting Israel. Oh, look at that, they're fighting so well, it's so hard for Israel to defeat them. The reason it was so hard for Israel to defeat Hamas was not because Hamas were such good fighters. Hezbollah are better fighters. It's because Hamas kidnapped Israeli men, women, and children and was hiding them in underground, bunkers and caves, threatening to shoot them the moment Israel come, and also was using his entire society as human shields. Hezbollah is using his society, Lebanon, as human shield, but not to the level of Hamas, which was a whole different level of wickedness, but they are using the people as human shield. But also, Hezbollah are not holding any Israeli hostages. So what's happening right now is they're getting a taste of what Israel really is. And Israel didn't even start. In literally 4 days, took out their entire command, took out their entire communication system, destroyed, I don't know how many of their rockets, and they didn't even start. So that's a very big sign that Israel is sending to its enemies. Iran, Houthis, all these guys. And that's when you start having peace in the Middle East. All these snowflakes out there that are thinking like, ceasefire now. Guys, ceasefire is not what brings peace with radical Muslims. You see, you don't de-escalate radical Muslim by ceasefire. Radical Muslim only escalate. It's like a snowball. Anywhere that Islam went radically, unless they were fought by force and defeated and humiliated as an ideology, they always succeeded and that place went down. So ceasefire is by far the worst thing that can happen right now. It's not the solution. When you show weakness, you invite more violence. When you show power, you invite less violence. And when you show enough power with restraint, with the right mentality, and with the right way of approaching, diplomacy, you actually get peace. And if not peace, some kind of a stability in the Middle East. And that's what I think right now Israel and the West should figure their head around. And actually America and the West should come and back Israel here instead of trying to stop it and tell her, keep going. Keep going, take these guys down. Because not only that Israel will win from this situation, will be able to finally bring back its citizens. I'm just checking that, still recording. Good. Like I said, I'm doing this live, and these things sometimes, happen to me many times. So, not only that Israel will be able to bring back its citizens to their homes and maybe secure safety for the people of the north and prevent another October 7, but Israel will be literally saving Lebanon. Do you understand that? Lebanon used to be a beautiful liberal nation that was led by Christians. And the moment that Islam took away, the Christians had to flee, either be killed, run away, and some of them stayed. But Lebanon, from being the Paris or the Switzerland of the Middle East, went to become the Mosul of the Middle East, the next Afghanistan of the Middle East. And they're on their way there. Yeah, there is some hubs of liberal and, kind of relatively good life there, but it doesn't come close to how it was before. And that is because radical Islam came and took that country. And you know what? You can come and try to say all kind of things, but I challenge you. Show me one country in the Middle East where radical Islam took that country, even moderate Islam in the Middle East, and that country became better. And not only for the country, it became better for the gay people, for the minorities, Christian, Jews, etc. It became better for the freedom of religion. It became better for atheists. It became better for the Muslims themselves. Show me. You won't be able to show me. Why? Because it doesn't work. Any country that radicalizes itself, especially any Muslim country, goes down. There is Muslim countries that are de-radicalizing themselves and actually becoming better and better, more liberal, more open, like Saudi Arabia, and etc., which you start seeing very good fruits of science, of culture, of diplomacy, of peace with their neighbors. But that's not Lebanon, unfortunately. That's not Hezbollah. So, to summarize all what I said right now, is Nasrallah dead? Well, we might be hearing about it soon. Maybe by the time that I finish this video, we'll even know about it. Is that a good thing that he's dead? I think it is. I think Israel had to do that because I think Iran, if Israel will continue with that line of don't you even dare, It's like, you know, the street fight when some kind of idiot bully comes next to all of his friends and he's like bullying the big guy. And the big guy is like, you know, with his girlfriend there trying to be respectful. And then after one more, that big guy is a fighter. He just goes and he bam, takes him down. And the guy just drop cold. And then he turns to his friends and he just, bring it on. You know, just or give them a dead look. They're gonna run away. They're gonna run away. And that is the mentality. You know, it sounds primitive. And a lot of people in the West try to bring Western mentality, try to understand Middle Eastern mentality through Western goggles or Western mentality. You can't. The mentality in the Middle East is that power and respect is how you get things done here. And if we as Westerners don't start talking that language, we're gonna make things worse. So would it lead to a bigger war? I think that if they back off, yes. If they keep going full power, all these enemies will actually go in defense and will start running, hiding, and even cowarding because they are coward. And will start taking it back and saying, no, we didn't really mean it. Hey guys, let's have diplomacy. That's what happens. That happened through the entire history. Even in the Quran, you know, when Muhammad, the Prophet, when he was waging a war and he saw that no one is winning, he called for a hudna. A hudna was basically, people say it as ceasefire. It's not ceasefire, and that's what you need to understand. In the Arab world, the word ceasefire have a different meaning. Hudna meant, let's not exhaust ourselves financially, military-wise. You go, regroup, get your stuff ready. I go, regroup, get my stuff ready, and then we go and keep fighting. Although it was actually a trick by Muhammad. He basically invented it. They believed it was ceasefire. He went, regrouped, came back, and killed them. And then the Arab world, the Muslim world, adapted that idea of hudna, which is a ceasefire. Let's stop war. Okay, whoa, we don't want to have war. Let's stop it until I'm strong enough to come kill you. So if you let them stop and regroup and get their crap together, you're gonna end up having a very long war, and you're gonna lose the chance to basically stabilize the Middle East. We are in that moment now, and I really believe it, and I really hope that, I don't know, this video would reach the right leaders. Although I kind of lost, hope in Biden and Kamala. I think they don't care, don't understand the Middle East. But who knows? Maybe, Europe, forget about them. But who knows? Maybe they will follow suit with Israel. And I really hope for that. So, guys, I hope you found this video educational and helpful. Look at my rig. Look at what I'm working with here. And if you did, feel free to go subscribe, like, help my channel grow. And if you want to find direct ways to help my channel, you can go and look at my Patreon, where you can find direct ways of how to support, so I can keep doing these videos for you. Until then, stay safe and don't do anything stupid in general. Don't do anything that I would do. And now I gotta go to sleep. Good night.